here. Today is Wednesday, May 14th. Today is Wednesday, 14th, year 2014, here live on YouTube.com. My name is Coropal Martinez, and let's go ahead and talk some local news, shall we? And as we begin here in just a moment, we were talking about the doctor from Dallas, so let's go ahead and get into crime news, I'm guessing. Begin. So here we go. Once again, our main top story here, Daytona is 153. Presented by MLB.com. Shop lower prices every day, guarantee. For more, go to MLB.com. It's presented by Dunkin' Donuts. I'll drink to that. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. For more, go to DunkinDonuts.com. Earn points and get a free medium beverage when you join Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Dallas, Texas. A North Texas physician has been convicted of healthcare fraud and a $3 million billing scam for unnecessary home services since 2006. Prosecutors say Dr. Joseph Magawa of Arlington, Texas, was convicted of conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud and 3 counts of healthcare fraud. He faces up to 10 years in prison on each count. Magawa is also convicted of 4 counts of making false statements related to claims submitted to Medicare. Prosecutors say some home visits or house calls to patients were never made. The doctor faces up to 5 years in prison for each of those accounts. A jury in Dallas on Monday also convicted a home health care manager and a registered nurse, Elbarose Ebagor of Grand Prairie, of conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. You know, I'm kind of wondering with this doctor here, Dr. Joseph Magawa. What was he doing here in Dallas, and why didn't they stop him, or why he never contacted his patients? You know, that's what I'm wondering, because every doctor calls their patients to check up on them and see how they were doing from their health. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. Okay, here we go with our next news story here live on YouTube.com. Time is 1:55. Presented by LifeLock. Residently protecting your identity. LifeLock Unlimited Credit Monitoring, or DYY. Mark at LifeLock.com. Here we go. One more time. North Richland Hills. 3-year-old Jayden Munoz won't go anywhere without his plastic toy gun. When you hear what happened, you'll understand why. Anthony Munoz, Jayden's dad, said they were confronted by an armed robber Monday afternoon at their North Richland Hills home. He grabbed Jayden by his arm. If he moves, or you move, and I don't get no money, he will get shot. The elder Munoz recounted. Police have identified that suspect as 22-year-old Jeffrey Long of Fort Worth, Texas. Munoz said he caught the suspect spraying off his window air conditioning unit with a crowbar, attempting to break in. He said the suspect then pulled a gun on him, and eventually his son, who was inside the residence at the 7100 block of Shanawa Drive. After giving the suspect cash and a cell phone, the elder Munoz took his son and bolted in their truck. The suspect fled too. Police swept the area and searched homes and yards for the intruder. 3 schools in North Richland Hills, North Heights, and Matador Elementaries at North Richland Hills Middle School were told. Excuse us for just a second here. We'll continue here in just a moment. Here we go. Excuse me. Police surrounded the area and searched 3 homes for the intruders. The 3 schools in Hills, No Heights, Monona, and Urban Hills. The police couldn't locate the suspect, so neighbor Jacob Lee said police cleared the scene and left. Shelter in place was called off at 3 p.m. Monday, about 90 minutes after the initial crime was reported. Shelter in place, but a few doors down, one neighbor felt something wasn't right. His house had been searched. He called over some neighbors, including Lee, to help investigate. His hunch was dead on. We found the suspect in the attic, and he kicked a hole in the attic, ran out the front door, Lee said. He left a huge gaping hole in the ceiling and installation all over the floor. Long had apparently been hiding in the attic, possibly for hours, until he kicked through the plastic board and made his dramatic drop from above. But this story didn't hit there. Half a dozen neighbors then chased Long down the street. They said he jumped into a woman's car at the intersection of Holiday and Oakland Lanes. They were able to hold the man at bay until police arrived to arrest him. Jeffrey Long is facing charges that include aggravated robbery and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His bond will be set Wednesday. The accused criminal was taken away the scene of security for an entire neighborhood, especially little Jayton Munoz. You know, luckily this intruder, who was 22 years old, did not kill the father or their son, because that would have been real sad right there. And luckily for the poor little boy, he was trying to protect his daddy. Who would not protect their own family? I would. But to me, it may seem, what was the suspect trying to do here? What was Jeffrey Long trying to do? He broke into a man's home, was hiding in the attic, made 3 schools go on lockdown this past Monday, all for nothing about 90 minutes? 90 minutes is a lot here, folks. It's worse than a soccer regulation clock. It really is. So I really don't get it, though. How did this man even attempt to do that? I myself have no idea. But when you look at it in a different way, they know better not to be breaking into people's homes, especially during the day. Now, he tried to steal his air conditioner and broke his window with the crowbar, attempting to break in. Then he said the suspect had pulled a gun on him, and eventually his son was inside the residence. So, to me, this suspect, if I may add, in my opinion, I don't know what the heck he was thinking. Hiding in the attic, big mistake. Big mistake. I'll tell you that right now. Big, huge mistake. Because he was really not supposed to go into someone's home. I think he must have did it on purpose. I'm not sure what he was doing, but to me, folks, this is a weird story. It is obviously kind of weird when it comes to it, because we know for the fact burglars cannot just be breaking into someone's homes, especially during the day. To me, it really don't matter what he was doing, but you're not supposed to break in no one's home. Well, if they were not home or they weren't. I feel bad though, because the father, let's just say, he had some tough emotions here, and let's say figure out what needed to be done which couldn't have caused to kill him and his son. The suspect couldn't have shot his son easily, and he wouldn't have shot the father easily. But intentionally, thank goodness he didn't do none of that. Except for what he did, he tried to fly to home, and let's just say he tried to clash there, and obviously must have tried to do something other than that, tried to do another dumb thing, which is, to me, it seems kind of wrong, because we know better that suspects aren't supposed to break into people's homes. They know better than that. But this 22-year-old guy thought it was easy to break into the Munoz's house. I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, parents, you got to be careful with your own children, because you may never know what can happen. I mean, easily, folks, easily, anything can happen. Anything. And by all means, anything can happen to any of us. Now, I'm not saying what's going to happen next. I'm not saying that. But, unfortunately, that is what happened. So, here we go with our next top story. Shall we? And we go here to... Excuse me for just a second. So let's see here. Let's go right here with Mr. Bieber. What did Mr. Bieber do now here, folks? What did Bieber did here now? I'm not so sure what the Bieber did. Because everyone knows, everyone hates Bieber. Who doesn't hate Bieber? I hate him. I hate him a lot. I hate to say that, but I hate the Bieber kid. I truly do. Now, I'm not saying, and I don't, but I do. We will take our first quick commercial break here. And coming up next, we'll talk about Justin Bieber. What did Justin Bieber did in Los Angeles, California? We'll come back with that in just a moment here live on YouTube.com, 10-3-205. We'll be back next. And looks like I'm having some problems here, so just hold on for just a moment. If we can just bear with me here for just a moment. You know, I was about to get to the Bieber kid. We'll talk about it here in just a moment. But getting back to the Jayton Munoz story here. It may seem kind of ridiculous though, folks. Because how are you going to trust somebody? And parents, you got to always make sure, if you're with your baby, child, or toddler, or whatever, and you're at home alone, make sure to please, please, always lock your doors. Lock your doors, have a baseball bat with you, carry some paper mace or something. But you always got to be careful, because you never know who's out there preying on you and your family. You always got to be careful with you and your kids, because you never know who is out there trying to prey on your family. Believe me or not. And I would hate to say this, folks, but it's the truth. It truly is. Believe me or not. Because to me, in my opinion here today, folks, this isn't easy for neither of us. Because it's not. It's not that easy. I mean, how are you going to protect your own family from a burglar when you got mamas who take care of their kids, especially a baby toddler? If you're alone at home and your kids are at school, the older kids are at school, right? But the little ones stay home with mama because they need them to take care of them, they need them to feed them, they need them to bathe them, they need to do a lot of stuff like that. And obviously, it's not safe for neither of us in our own backyard. To me, it's not safe at all. Period. I'll tell you that right now. It's not. To me, it just seems like nobody seems to understand none of us. I mean, is it that hard? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think of anything anymore because obviously, like I said once again, folks, this is not the right thing to do. And it really isn't. I'll tell you that right now. We'll be back next on YouTube.com. Especially what we want to be doing. Up here, folks, just very odd, very weird. Yes, very weird. Sometimes if some situation happens to any of us, how are we going to protect ourselves? And we know most parents, most moms, they need some pepper spray or a baseball bat or a sledgehammer or something to protect themselves from these intruders. These intruders, something they can come in groups here, folks. Even if you're at home or you're not at home, and they see, oh no, the owners left the house. We're going to vacation. We're just going to go ahead and do whatever we want. Guess what? Wrong. That's why the owners, they got alarms, they got cameras, they got surveillance cameras to make sure who's there and who has the badge to identify themselves and who doesn't. Then you're automatically trespassing that property. You're automatically trespassing that property because you're committing a typical issue here, folks. Truly are. Because, I mean, really, it's the truth, folks. You can't be too careful around these premises, especially when you're at home or you're not at home. I mean, figuring it out, it's not going to be that easy, folks. It really isn't. I mean, do we trust anyone in our own backyard? No, we don't. I don't trust them for the fact is I might not even know them. If I see they don't have an ID, I know better not to open that door for neither of them. You know what I mean? So we got to be very careful here, folks. This is our property, and we have the right to protect property. You know what? We have the right to protect our property, even though we live in that property. Like I said, we have the right. We have the right as much as we can try. We have that right. That doesn't stop us from taking care of our own, protecting our own backyard. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to protect you and your family at all times. At all times, make sure to protect you and your family. Always. Never allow any intruders to come into your backyard. Because, like I said, this isn't the time or place. I was about to talk about Justin Bieber. I'll talk about him here in just a moment here. When I come back next, live on YouTube.com. I'm looking like I'm having some problems here with this. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Justin Bieber story here in just a moment. There's like I'm still having some problems here with trying to go into a break. Unfortunately, I can't seem to do it. So here I go, I guess. Sana is 2:15. Welcome back, everybody, live here on YouTube.com. Today is Wednesday, May 14, year 2014. Bengali singer-songwriter Justin Bieber has been accused in attempted robbery in Los Angeles, California area. Los Angeles Police Department confirmed Tuesday night. And just excuse me here for just a moment. Just hold on just a second here, folks. I'm seeing having some issues here with audio here, and just a moment, I'll read you the Bieber story here. Got to go back to news here. In just a moment, please do excuse me for just a second again. I was about to get to the Justin Bieber story, but I'm keep having some problems here. Unfortunately, can't seem to figure out what's really going on here. Not so sure what's really going on here with my part of the deal here. Just excuse me for just a second here. I'm gonna have to go open a different page here. Unfortunately, at the moment, go there and up a different page here for this one. Unfortunately, because these pages, since they're not working right here. I was about to talk about the Bieber story here, and out of nowhere, just suddenly just took me elsewhere. I urge you to be restored here in just a moment here. Go ahead and go to crime news real quick here. I was about to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, but unfortunately, not quite can't do that right now. Having some problems with my commercials here. So I guess in a while I'll take a first break, commercial break, come back and continue talking about this next one here. As soon as I can make sure there's no more interruptions here. Okay, looks like they're done. Okay, here we go. Vanguard singer-songwriter Justin Bieber has been accused in an attempted robbery in Los Angeles, California area. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed Tuesday night. The alleged victim reported the incident to police Monday about 10:30 p.m. West Coast time. But that alleged victim was being interviewed by police late Tuesday evening. Officer Rosario Herrera told the USA Today, Bieber, 20 years old, has not been questioned by police or arrested as of late Tuesday, Herrera said. No details were available as to whether the alleged incident took place at a home business or some other site, but it took place in the police agency David Share District in San Fernando Valley, Herrera said. Herrera said she did not believe the alleged victim had been hurt in the incident. It was not clear what sorts of items might have been sought in the incident, Herrera said. The Canadian-born Bieber has been involved in a string of brushes with the law in incidents that caused fans to distance themselves from him. He was first arrested in January 2014 in Miami, Florida, on charges of driving under the influence with an expired license. On Mother's Day during the Los Angeles Clippers game that he attended with his mother, Petty Metelli, the audience at the Staples Center booed when his face appeared on the Jumbotron screen. So now I'm learning more about this Bieber kid. He's 20 years old. Okay? What is the picture here? He's accused of attempted robbery. That must have been 9:30 Central Time here in Dallas. And out of nowhere, we're not so sure what's going on with this Bieber kid. Because it seems to me this Bieber kid cannot stay out of trouble here, folks. Cannot stay out of trouble. I'm not so sure what's really going on. To me, it may seem obvious. To me, it may seem weird. I'm not sure. But so help me here, because this is an awful situation. No, it truly is. I'm telling you, it truly is. There is nothing more I'd like to say this, but this is something that really surprises me. What really happened here? What really happened here? Because I'm obviously wondering who or may have done that. Who could have done that? That's my question. I'm not sure. I am not sure who may have done this. Who may have done that? I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, folks. This is getting weirder and weirder. Weirder at the same time. So, obviously, it's very, very, very not good. Not good at all. Looks like I'm having some more problems here again. You know, to me, folks, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? No, it's not. Is that the right thing at all? Period. Because How is it this Bieber kid is accused of everything? He was accused a couple